But I definitely noticed something, and you guys are going to probably notice it too, especially if you're those who watch videos on demand as opposed to the live streams. I can now definitively tell all of you, I am not getting nearly as much. I mean, I'm getting like a fraction of the views and attention on Tekken as I did on Street Fighter 6. Case in point, those videos with Paul, which is good gameplay. It's me kicking butt with Paul, getting big combos, learning strategies, mix-ups, doing good stuff, and getting progressively better. It's good gameplay. You know, it is. It's my journey with Paul to get better. Those videos in 24 hours don't even have 300 views each. You know? And I know that's a weird arbitrary number, but for me, over the years on YouTube, like, for any new game or something, you should look to aim at least to get 300 views. You know, within the first 12 hours, if you don't get 300 views within 24 hours, it essentially means there's not a lot of interest, right? And that's fine if you're balancing it with other stuff, but this is a brand new fighting game. It's only been out a week and a half, all right? When I was playing Street Fighter 6, right, and I was playing it and leveling up and stuff, there was 2 to 3 times as much interest as this. We had more people on the streams, we had more people engaged and invested in it, we had more people supporting it, and we had more people watching it, okay? So, here's the thing. I don't think it's me, because I'm actually approaching this game the same way I did Street Fighter 6. I'm studying, I'm getting better, I'm trying to learn. This is not me just messing around with the game and losing and then raging at the game. I'm actually legitimately trying to understand why I'm losing. I'm asking questions of the chat. Hey, why do you think I lost that? What is it with this move? What was that move? Was that his heat smash or was that something else? How do you avoid that? Can you punish that? And I'm trying to learn actively. I want to get better at Tekken, because I really like this game, and quite frankly, I've always liked Tekken. I just never had the investment in it as I did Street Fighter. And I'll be honest, I think Street Fighter 6 has played out. Now it's been out, what, 8 months? And every time I play it, it just feels like it's more of the same, people playing exactly the same way, abusing the online connections and getting away with stuff, and it's just not that fun anymore. Sure, every once in a while to do a stream of it probably would be neat, but until they either rebalance it with a Season 2, or they add enough significant new content, I don't feel like I really want to play it that much anymore. I'm burnt out on it. You know, I'm not really enjoying myself when I play that game. But here's the thing. People asked for months, oh, I can't wait for Tekken. When Tekken comes out, really excited to see Phil play Tekken again. And then when I started playing it, people were like, we're shocked. We thought Phil was not that good at Tekken, but he's decent. I would say I'm average at Tekken. I'm not good at this game. I know I'm not. I don't have character knowledge to be good. Once I learn the characters, and I know their moves and capabilities, and I learn what's blockable, what's not, what's parryable, what can be punished, how do you dodge this, do you duck it, you know. Once I figure that stuff out, then I'll say I'm getting better at Tekken. Right now, I feel like I'm just average. I have fundamentals, or I'm getting fundamentals in this game because I've played Tekken before, but it's definitely not as good as I am at Street Fighter. But again, even then, people were like, wow, we're surprised. You definitely are better than you let on. The way you were talking is that you're not good at the game. But look, you're getting win streaks and everything. I mean, you're right, but I've also been playing at the lower levels. Take a look at what happened with Paul. As soon as I got to a level where people knew what they were doing, then the matches were much closer, and it was kind of back and forth as opposed to me dominating, right? But yeah, like, just, it's indisputable at this point. Take a look at the reaction and the amount of attention that Tekken 8 is getting on this channel versus Street Fighter 6. It's night and day. Now, you might say there's various reasons for this. Number one, all right, I'm not known for fighting games. And, I was at one point. I was actually known as, hey, that's the guy who plays Super Turbo online. That's the guy who messes around with Street Fighter 4 and does fun Madness series sets, and those are really fun too, right? I used to do that stuff. Quite frankly, I was known as the guy who freaked out when playing fighting games and yelling at their opponents in a toxic way, and people thought it was funny, and that was the shtick that got me popularity on YouTube for fighting games back in the day. It wasn't my skill level. Honestly, I think today, with the level that I am at in Street Fighter 6, with multiple characters at master level, already the level I'm playing at in Tekken 8 a week and a half in, this is much better than I've played in fighting games ever on YouTube before, except Super Turbo. That would be the one game I would say, yeah, I play at a high level at that game. But outside of that, of a new fighting game, these are the best I've ever performed in new fighting games, right? So that's the thing, and it's like, so what exactly am I supposed to do differently? I honestly don't know, all right? Because right now we've come to a point where I have to make a decision. So let me explain to you what I mean by that. And no, it's not, am I dropping Tekken? No, because I'm not dropping Tekken. I like Tekken. I'm going to keep playing Tekken, okay? But here's the decision that we have to come to, all right? I'm not going to be playing Tekken 8 as much as Street Fighter 6. I can't. Why? Because number one, right now there's a lot of other games going on that I need to continue to make progress in. And if I play as much Tekken as I did Street Fighter 6, I won't make the progress in those games that I need to. Alright, so that's just being matter of fact. But number two, Tekken is not getting as many views, attention, or support as Street Fighter 6 did. So because of that, I just can't play it more often. I can't be playing it 4 or 5 times a week like I was doing with Street Fighter 6. It wouldn't support the business. You understand? It just wouldn't. Yesterday, I barely hit the tier 1 goal for tips, and everything else was slow as hell. Like, basically, it was like, wow, I'm doing a daytime stream of Tekken, thinking that it's going to bring in more viewers, and it actually kind of did the opposite. Like, I probably would have done better playing any other game. And I'm like, wow, I'm surprised at this. I am. I'm definitely surprised at this. It confuses me because, again, the vibe that I was getting from my audience for months was, we're getting bored of Street Fighter 6. We can't wait for Tekken 8 because we like how you covered Street Fighter 6, so we want to see that in another different fighting game franchise. So that's exactly what I'm giving you, but definitely the attention's not there for it. All right? So my question is, how do I approach moving forward in Tekken with all of this being the case? And here's the 2 scenarios. Number one, I play the game more casually. And what I mean by that is, I take maybe like once a week, I pick a new character. And maybe like for Friday night fights, you know, I go into training mode and I do a half an hour of practice. And then we play for about 90 minutes of online play. And then I do another stream later in the week of online multiplayer with that character. So essentially you're talking like 4.5 hours of online multiplayer with a new character each week, where I just try to learn the basics. I start from the bottom, right? And I try to learn basics, combos, or whatever, and apply. And I can do that like once a week. Because at least I want to play Tekken 8 twice a week. Probably one night stream, one day stream. Okay? So if that's the case, then doing it that way, right? Maybe I can learn one character a week. And then over the course of a month or two, I'll know like 8 or 9 characters. Okay? That's one approach. All right? The other approach is, instead of doing that, I focus in on 3 or 4 characters that I like, that I'm good with, and that I'm getting better with. And I really try to improve with just those characters. And I basically get to a much higher level of gameplay. It'll be way more challenging. It'll be frustrating because people are going to be good. They already are. Like when I'm playing with June, I'm playing damn good players who are mixing me up and hitting me with stuff I've never seen. I'm like, damn, you know, this is going to be hard to hang with these players when I really don't know what I'm facing. You know, it's complete lack of game knowledge because I haven't really played this franchise that much, right? So, in this regard, if I really only focus on 3 or 4 characters, it's going to be like Paul, King, June, and maybe I pick one more, all right? And then, every time you see me play Tekken 8, it's going to be me focusing on those characters. You know, maybe on Friday Night Fights, it'll be one character. And then when I play it again on Monday or Tuesday, it'll be one of the other characters. And then the next Friday Night Fights, it's the other character. And I kind of rotate. Because if I do that, then I feel like if I'm focusing on the same characters and I'm studying and I'm watching matchup knowledge online and stuff like that, I'm going to learn. I'm going to get better. You're going to see me climb the ranks. It'll be slow because it's not going to be like Street Fighter 6 where I was playing it constantly. But it'll be slower progress, but it will still be progress. You understand? Here's the thing. There's just not enough attention on Tekken 8 to warrant me playing it more or as much as Street Fighter 6. Therefore, you're not going to see the same things happen like happened with Street Fighter 6. For example, in Street Fighter 6, I literally within a month played like with 10 characters. I did. Like I was picking 2 characters a week and learning them and going online and messing around. Now, I wasn't good with all of them. For example, DJ I played once, did horribly, never went back. Minot played once, did horribly, never went back, right? But through me playing so many characters, I finally caught on with those that I really liked, and it allowed me to learn and get better, and then latch on to, say, 4 or 5 that I really liked and bring them to master level. With Tekken, I'm not going to be playing it that much. So I'm not going to be able to play 10, 15 characters and then pick out of those the 4 or 5 that I like. It's got to be one or the other. Either I play it casually and you will see more variety, but I just won't do that well I won't get good. Or I focus on a smaller group of characters and I do get good, but then you're not going to see a lot of variety, right? And I feel like, again, I'm in one of those situations that no matter what I do, I can't please everyone. There's going to be some people who are always going to be asking for another character. It's happening right now. I'm not even kidding you. As I decided to play with Paul yesterday, there were people in the chat. So when's your new character? Is it going to be Yoshimitsu? Is it going to be Kuma? Who's it going to be? We're waiting. When's your next character? I'm like, can I just play with Paul? Can I just play and get better? Like, again, I think a lot of people, they don't understand how fighting games work. And that's fine, especially for those of you who've never played at a competitive level. But there is a grind involved. It's not simply you play with a character once, oh, you know them, now move on. That's not the case. There's always knowledge to be learned. There's always matchups to get better at. And that's the case. Like, I think what happens is people see me beat up people with Paul quick, and they're like, oh, he already knows Paul. No. I'm just beating people who don't know how to play. Once I get to that level, like it was at the end of yesterday's stream where people are better, now it's a big, more daunting task to get those wins. This is where the real challenge lies for me. You see? And I hope that you guys will continue to tune in no matter what I do. But at this point, I do need feedback. What would you like to see? Do you want to see me keep playing with new characters and just learn general knowledge about the game and not get better? Or do you want to see me play with 3 or 4 characters, focusing solely on them, and get better? Because there's got to be a choice at this point. If I'm playing it twice a week, we have to make the decision now so I know how to approach it. Like this coming Friday night, right? My choice is either pick a new character or play with King again. Because I haven't played with King now in a week, and I would like to get better with King. I was doing well with King, and then I kind of hit a wall where I was like, oh, these faster characters are jabbing me and interrupting everything I do. So my next step with King would be go online and look for like punish stuff for King. What's his best, fastest move so I can punish people who are just spamming me with light, quick attacks? That's what I need to figure out. And I'll do that, or I'll learn a new character. So it's like, so what do I want to do? What do you guys want? You know, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I could see the sides of both of it. Back in the day when I played a fighting game, I learned every character and I didn't get good at it. Like that's what I used to do. Remember when a new Street Fighter would come out? I would just play every character. Today we're doing Ryu. Tomorrow we're doing Chun-Li. Then we're going to do this new character. Then we're going to do this one. And every day will be a new character. Me messing around learning basics and doing a set online and then on to the next and then on to the next. But I never got good at the games. Like I would argue Street Fighter 4, I was at best an average player. I never got good at it because I never focused on it. It was always me all over the place, right? So, again, I don't know what to do. And I think, see, already, I'll tell you right now, in the chat, just listen to this. One person says, variety, getting good is for yourself. Variety is for fun in the audience. Let the pro competitor mentality go. Next person says, just pick new characters later. Focus on Paul, King, and June right now because you're learning. That's two lines next to each other in my chat. So it's like, Abdullah says, play different characters. No point getting better with a character because you're a variety streamer. If you focus only on Tekken 8, then it makes sense. But for the sake of being a variety, do that. And then Crackerjack's next line, get good at a few characters. That's your best content. I think I rest my case in my point that it doesn't matter what I do, I disappoint people because everyone wants me to do everything. And sadly, I can't do every scenario. You know, especially with this, I'm getting pulled in all these directions. Keep playing Baldur's Gate. Get further in Like a Dragon. Hey, we really like the Chill Pal World streams. Man, your React stuff's really good. Do more retro React streams on DSP Throwback. Oh, by the way, play more Tekken and do 2 different things in Tekken at the same time. Oy, oy, oy. I have a request of the on-demand audience, meaning those of you who are watching this podcast right now on demand. You're not here live for the stream. Because every day, I get feedback from the live stream. All right, I do. I get good feedback and I weigh and balance it. Who I really want more feedback from is the on-demand viewer. Those of you out there who just watch everything after the fact because you're not here to give me your feedback live, okay? Here's the thing. I'm distinctly noticing a difference in the viewership of Tekken when it comes to the on-demand videos. The videos for Street Fighter did really, really well, and then it tapered off after like a month or two. With Tekken, we're a week in and already the views, like I said, the Paul gameplay from yesterday was good gameplay. I'm getting better. I'm playing better. By the end, I'm having really fun competitive matches. I can't even get 300 views in 24 hours. So what gives? That's what I'd really like to know. Like, what gives? What's the difference between this and Street Fighter? Was there a reason that you watched the Street Fighter footage and you don't like the Tekken? You know, I really want feedback because I want to be putting out content you guys like, and I want to know what it is. That's the definitive difference. because I thought there would be like kind of hitting a reset button. I really thought that hitting a reset button with the fighting game would rejuvenate interest. I thought that the interest for fighting games had tapered off because I kept playing Street Fighter 6. Now what I'm starting to realize is maybe it was just people are just burnt out on fighting games because I played them for 7 months straight, and now it's just not that special anymore, right? Maybe that's what it is. I mean, maybe that's really what it is. People just got burnt out on fighting games in general, and I get that. It was just think about this: Street Fighter 6 in June, Mortal Kombat 1 in September, Tekken in January. So within a 6-month period, 3 ginormous, high-profile, big fighting game franchises all came out with a new iteration. So that's a lot of fighting games in a short period of time. So maybe that's what it is, right? I'm not sure what to do about this. I want to make content you like. And I was under the impression people were all over Tekken 8 and waiting for it. That's the feedback I was getting on streams and everything. And then I tried to play this game, and it seems like there's just not that much interest, you know? So what's the deal? I need feedback. I cherish your feedback. I want you to understand this. I really appreciate feedback. Please leave comments on this video. If you're part of the on-demand audience, I want to know your opinion. Do you just not care about fighting games? Are you burn out on them because I played so many? Would you like to see me play new characters in Tekken and not really get good, but just casually play it? Would you like to see me focus on a few characters and get better at it? Like, what is it you want to see out of Tekken? Or is it that you just don't care about Tekken because fighting games don't interest you? That's really what I want to hear, okay? Please give me that feedback. Because here's the deal. Right now, having a fighting game balanced with 2 RPGs is the way to go. It's complete action as opposed to very slow combat in Baldur's Gate 3 and a lot of lore, or almost a very Japanese-centric RPG in Like a Dragon, which is great, but you see, you need that action. If I wasn't playing an action-based game right now, I feel like everyone would be complaining everything's too slow and boring. So Tekken's the thing breaking it up, which is great. But I need to play it in a way that entertains people, okay? So please, feedback needed. So because this Friday I'm playing it again, Friday Night Fights. So the question is, am I focusing in on King and doing a King stream on Friday night, where I will study some videos, watch some matchups, probably watch like a video that maybe will do a tutorial about how he punishes unsafe moves, and then try to get better with him? Is that what I'm doing? Or am I going to pick a new character, study up on them, and try someone from scratch on Friday? That's what I need to figure out. So please give me feedback. I keep telling you guys, feedback is essential. I get a lot of feedback from this live audience. I don't get a lot of feedback from you guys who are on-demand viewers. For whatever reason, a lot of the times I ask for feedback on these videos, and I get like next to none. And it's like, well, then I just got to make a decision best from what the feedback I got. But I want to be sure I'm doing the right things for everyone. My viewer audience here, on-demand versus live, I understand that they're different audiences. You know, a lot of you guys who watch me on demand are people who are longtime viewers who've watched me for years and years. Some of you only watch the podcast and then only watch gameplay when it's your cup of tea. A lot of people come back to the channel for the first time in months when a game is out that they're interested in. I think a lot of people will come back when I start Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And then later this year, there'll be more action-oriented games and more people will come back for those as well, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. And I need your feedback about how to cover this stuff, okay? Really. So please offer that up. I want that info, okay? Really, I need it because I'm just stumped right now. I'm looking at the videos and I'm like, wow, what a great set of Paul gameplay yesterday. I really hope that I pleased my audience because I really worked hard to get better with that character. And then I look at the views, it's like, what happened? Like, no one's watching these videos at all. Like, what the hell happened here? I don't know. If I'm getting more views on my turn-based RPG playthroughs than my action-based fighting game coverage, there's an issue. You see? I really feel like, what is going on? So, let me know what's going on. Fair enough?